All right. Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
Share your screen.
Oh, I should probably share my screen, but I should also turn off the sound on my phone. You would think I would remember to do all of this ahead of time, but I've never done this before. This is the first time.
Uh-huh.
All right. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing all right. Haven't done that much exciting since yesterday.
I've slept. I slept really well.
Sleeping is important. You do want to sleep really well. AC turned off, so let me fix my audio. Hopefully I sound a teensy bit better. Until my AC kicks back on, and then then we just have in the background. And of course I'll forget to think about it because I'll be thinking about something else, so that'll be fun. Although I do have like an audio filter, I believe, set on here, so hopefully that helps a little bit. But I don't know, is what it is, and hopefully somebody with some more audio knowledge can help me out if it's not working. But that being said, I don't have anything else to talk about. Do you, Mama?
Now, let's get to Sudoku.
Yep, Sudoku time. First puzzle we're going to do today is called Thriple the Fun by Flinty. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Ripper lines. They're like zipper lines, but there are 3 legs rather than 2, where digits in equal distance from the center of a thripper line sum together to the same total, which is the value of the digit placed in the line center, highlighted with a bump. And then they've got an example here, but let's go ahead and get over here. So let's say this was a 7. Then this digit could be a 1, a 2, and a 4. Well, that's not going to work. Let's call it a 9. And then turn this to a 6. And then let's say this one was a 4, a 3, and a 2. Well, that doesn't work. I can make this a 3 and a 5, a 2, 4. Well, that's going to be difficult, but we'll figure it out. The idea is there. So if this was a 6, I could go 1, 2, and 3, because those are 1 digit away. Make this one an 8, and do 1, 2, and 5, and then maybe 1, 3, and 4. Oh, there's my AC.
It's gone.
Yeah. I just have to manually adjust the noise suppression, which is annoying. I could set it to try and do it automatically, but it'll only automatically do it at like one point in time. And I have to it takes a few seconds, so it's faster if I just approximate it. But anywho, that is how the rules work. So let's get started. Restart that.
Well, one thing I noticed.
Go ahead.
Well, box 1, those 6 cells are 2/3 of the total of the arms.
Yeah.
And that's a minimum of 21.
Right.
It's going to have to be even. Not necessarily, no.
Yeah. Because these two sides aren't equal.
Right. Yeah, that just occurred to me because it's not the arms, it's one from each arm at a time.
But even with this being a minimum of 21, I mean, what does that give us as a minimum? 21 divided by 3 would be 78.
27. Well, right.
789.
Well, the minimum that it could be, because that would be 6 for the one by itself, or even just 21, because 1 through 6 is 21, and then another 6 is 27, so it has to be.
Like this?
Well, more or less.
Because this group here overlaps with this and this. So if we look at them as being red, blue, and yellow groups, we know that blue and yellow is minimum 21, and red on its own is minimum 6. So, I mean, that, and since that's also the maximum, 9 times 3, I think that forces red and yellow to not overlap.
Right.
And this is going to work. Like, if I put a 4 here, then those are 2, 3 pair. More I could do if I wanted to. It's going to leave 7, 8, 9 here.
And the column is going to leave 7 and 8.
That's true. That's going to automatically make this a 9, isn't it? And actually, 8's not allowed on a line.
Right.
So that's going to have to be a 7 and a pair of 1s.
Well, the 1s don't necessarily go in those 2 spots.
No, they have to, because these are the 3 that work together.
Oh, right. Well, that places the 1 in box 1.
I think that takes a 4 out of the first position.
Right, because it's 1, 2, 6, and 1, 3, 5. And it takes the 1 off of it places the 1 in the vertical.
That's true. Which should take 4 out of the second position and place it in the third. Oops, not that one, this one. Those 3 go together.
Although, would it work with duplicating? 2 2s and a 5.
Well, if we know we have a 1...
Right, no, but I was just... Because we're going on... It has to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 in the first column.
But even because these 3 work together, if I had a 1 here and a 4 here, the biggest I can make this is a 3. And 4 and 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8, and that's not enough. So 4 is removed here, and that's going to do the same thing in the second group, because 1, 4, and 3 is still only 8. So that is going to place a 4 up here, and then these just don't have 1s attached to them. But they could be a pair of 2s. Theoretically?
Well, no, that would sum to 8.
Oh yeah, that's true. So they're going to have to be 2 and 3. But I could do a 5 with... Well, because the 1s are placed, it's not going to work. I can't have duplicates now. Because the 1s are basically forced. This one forces a 1 here, and since 1 is removed from this one, because I couldn't do a pair of 1s and a 6, that's only 8.
But let's say we have a 7 with a pair of 1s, a 5 with a pair of 2s, and a 1 with a pair of 4s. Oh no, because we're already using a pair of 1s.
Yeah.
1,
And we
3,
couldn't
5,
get a 7 on
7.
here anyway, because it would make the sum too big. It has to be 1 through 6 and 1 through 3. But I'm pretty sure we can't change any of the digits on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because this group all sees itself, and this group all sees itself.
Yeah.
Because we could have also said that this had to be a minimum of 7, or excuse me, 21 as a column, and then these 3 had to be 1, 2, or 3 as a minimum, being 6. So the same logic applies there. And since that's 27, 27 divided by 3 is 9, we don't have any wiggle room. So I think I think we have exhausted that logic.
But in box 3, it's a minimum of 15 on the arms, plus 1 is 16. And it's only 2, so that's an 8 or a 9.
Right, there's only 2 options. Being 16 or 18.
Right.
I got confused with this one because it was already a set of 3, but I had swapped the 3 with the 3 arms instead of the 3 steps away from the center.
Right. Well, which is what threw me off at the beginning. It's like, oh, wait a minute. No, it's not each arm is that. It's each step from the center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the zipper lines are a bit confusing in the same way.
That one's going to be minimum 4.
Yeah.
Well,
because you could do 2 1s and a 2. Although I don't think that's going to work because if we look at here, yeah, those can't be 1s. So this could be a 1 and a pair of 2s. So minimum 5 still. Except this can't be a 1. None of those can be 1s. So
right.
that would be a 2 and a 3 and a 2 for 7 already.
Yeah, the one in box 9, there can be a 1,
Here.
but the others are minimum 2. Because the other 2 ends C1s.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there can only be but there's not a way to get more than a second 5 in 3.
Right.
A 1 and 2 2s.
Could we get 2 6s on here? Because I mean this is minimum 2 3. That's minimum 2 3.
Right.
On 1 and 2, so that's 5, that's 10, that's 13. And we have to divide it by 2, which is 6.5. So that's too small. So it's going to have to be 7, 8, 9.
Right.
5, 10, that would have to be 12. Make 6. But since it's 13, minimum's now 7. Alright, well, this one's minimum 4. A 2. And also a 2. So we only have 1 degree of freedom here, don't we? Which is actually only taken up by here. Because this can't be 2 or 3, so it's minimum 4. And those two are a minimum of 2 and 3, so 4 and 5 is already 9. So I don't have any extra space. 5, 6 pair. Five, 6, 7, 8. And I can't put 7 or 8 on here.
Right.
Because that's what this sum is going to be. And even if this was an 8, a 7 would have to pair with 2 1s.
Well, and that one
9.
can't be the one to the left cannot be a 6 because that would require 2 1s.
To make 8. So that's automatically a 5.
Right.
And a 1, 2 in this order to make 8. 3 and 2 there, and 3, and I guess this was already fixed. 1, 2, and 6, and so this must be a 5. 5, 1, and 3, and 2, 3, and 4, although I highlighted it in the wrong order.
Alright.
Oops. So that's minimum 3, that's minimum 2, and that's minimum 3. That is already 8.
4, 6, 7, 8.
4, 7, 8, because of the 5, 6 below it.
Right.
But I was still searching for the 4. Oh, that's a 7, 8, 9 triple going across there. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, where we don't have 2 and 3 here, and those two aren't 1. So that is, apparently.
Yeah. In box 6, that's either a 6 or a 7. No.
Oh, that's not 6. That's box 5.
Yeah. Because it sees 8 and 9, and 3 is minimum 6.
Those two can't be 3, that can't be 1 or 2, so this is going to have to be still 1, 2.
Right.
And that's what's going to determine it. 6, 7. Thank you.
4, yeah.
Alright, well that's 5. And this is either 1 or 4. Well,
Yeah.
it can't be a 1, that would make it 6, so it's going to have to be a 4 to pair with 5 to make this 9. But that's a 3, that's a 6. Those aren't. This isn't a 9, the one below it is.
Those have to sum to 8. And it looks like in the bottom is going to be minimum 5.
Well,
it can't be
it's
5
minimum
and 3.
5. It's going to be a 7 and a 1.
Yeah.
For some reason, I wasn't ready to think that that was a 7. But I eventually got there.
5.
These two aren't 6. So that is. These are what?
4
I was about to say
4 and 9.
I was about to say 7, but the 7's right there, and I just placed it not that long ago. It's not a 6, but this one must be an 8. 4, no. Because you got the 4, 9 there, the 4 there.
7.
My scanning is not working today. Alright, what are our minimums on here now? Alright, this one's 4. This one's 5. Okay. I mean, I guess they go up to 7 anyway. Well, I guess not those two. Now,
Well, it can't be 7 because it would have to have 2 ones.
right. So the one on the end, that's minimum 5, that's minimum 3, that's minimum 1, 5, 3, and 1 is 9. So 5, 3, and 1. 2 2s and a 5. 8, 5, 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. That's 9 goes here. This one's a 6. This one's a 5. 4 and 9. 7 and 4. 6. 7, 8 pair makes this one a 6. 4, 7, 8's left going across. 4, 7, 8, and one other digit.
9.
And apparently the 9's not here, so that one's an 8. And if those are, which places 7, 4, 8, 7, 8, 9. This one's fixed. It is a 5. This one's also fixed. It is, I was about to say 5 again, but that's wrong. An 8. These two. 1, 2, 3.
4 and 9.
And I don't see 6 or 7. Those are fixed. So this one. A 6 maybe? Yep. First try. 1, 2,
7
3.
and 7.
And to
4
finish
and
the
8.
puzzle in that order. Nice. Logic Masters Germany. And get the paste this into my notes. That's in the wrong spot in my notes. Alright. Paste that here. Delete all that. And the puzzle is over here. All the digits from row 7. I would say that's on the more average side of easy, but easy is probably still accurate. Because like a lot of the sums are fairly limited, and as long as you're comfortable with the mathematics, which I do think the more heavy mathematics that is involved adds to the difficulty of the puzzle. But it's mostly just 3-digit sums, or I guess not 3 digits, or 3 integer values, however you want to do that. So yeah, submit there, and get rid of those, and have this video play in the background. Remove the bookmark. There we go. Alright. Next puzzle. Let's Build a Snowman by Nordy. Gather snow. Winter Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 0 through 8 in every column, row, and 3x3 box. Head and body. Digits along arrows sum to the digit in the corresponding circle. Eyes. Digits joined by a white dot are consecutive. Nose. Digits along the orange thermometer increase from the bulb end. Buttons. Digits joined by a black dot are in a 2-to-1 ratio. Arms. Adjacent digits along green lines must have a difference of 5 or greater. Make it unique. Digits joined by a blue snowflake form a unique domino. Those digits cannot appear next to each other orthogonally anywhere else in the grid. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Well, the buttons.
Well, it's going to be 1, 8, and 2, 4. I'm struggling to see where this is not a 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Well, that's more than 9, so what am I messing up? Digits along arrows sum to the digit in the corresponding circle.
There's 2 arrows. Oh, no, because that's just 1 arrow.
So it's a huge value, and these can't even be 2. So that doesn't make sense.
0 through 8.
That is true. It is 0 through 8. So this... Okay, now I'm struggling to see where this is not 8. 0 through 8 makes a lot more sense. So minimum 0. 1 and 2. Okay. So now this is 3. That's 1. So we're at 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So that's going to place 8, 4, 2, and 1. Place a 0 there. Zero, 2, and 3. And a 0 there means this is minimum
6.
5. With 0, 2, 3,
Right.
and 0 again.
I don't know why I was adding F5.
But that means I have up to 4 degrees of freedom. So maybe we wait on that one to... Oh, wait. 0, 1 is going to push that up to 2. So that takes out 2 degrees of freedom already.
Right.
Because that's 5, and 2 more is 7. And now if it's 2 degrees of freedom, this can go up to 4. This one can go up to 5. And now we're good. Although, 0, or this is a 1 X-Wing, because I have to place a 1 in one of those two, and a 1 in one of those two, and since there has to be either a pair of 1s like this, or a pair of 1s like that, I can't place... Well, it doesn't matter, because there's already a 1 in that box. Never mind.
Well, the column needs 3, 5, and 6.
3, 5, 6.
Oh, and 7. And it can't be 3 because that would be 2 and 4, and there's a 2 in the box. I'm sorry, in box 2, the white crappie dots the eyes.
Right. So minimum 4, all the way up to 8. Alright, what are the remaining 3 in here? 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then, if we look at the center of each arm, it has to have 3 digits that are 5 steps away. So, I can place a 5,
Right, because it is 0.
Except that would be three
It
zeros.
right, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
7 would be 0, 1, and 2.
So 5 is out, 6 is out, so it would be
There
0,
is no
1.
9.
Right. 8's out from the row. 3 would be... Well, it would just be 8, wouldn't it?
Yeah. 2 would be 7 and 8, but doesn't since there's already
So we get 0, which gives us 5, 6, 7, and 8. Or 1, which will just give us 6, 7, 8. Or we get 7, which gives us 0, 1, and 2,
on the
which would
right,
actually
you
break
can't
this
have
one.
right, the one yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. Here out of the top.
Except the one in box 4 can't be a 7 either because it would have to be 0, 1, and 2 on the bottom right-hand corner. Cell 9 sees 0 and 1 in the column and 2 in the row.
Now we get 0, 1. Well, I guess 5, 6, 7, 8, where none of those are 8. So this is going to have to be a 0. So that's going to be a
And
1. Takes out our 5s. Places
right.
an 8 there. 2. 2's are out. 8 is out. 9 was gone already. So this is a 7. Because I don't have any degrees of freedom anymore. 4 and 5. So 3. That's a 2. That's not a 3. That's not a 3. 6, 7, 8.
Row 4 has a 5, 6, 7 triple, which leaves 3, 4, and 2.
3, 4, and 1, I think.
Yeah.
3, 5, 6, 7.
And it
3
can't
and
be
5.
1, 3 because the blue, it's a unique domino,
Right.
and there's a 1, 3 already.
So that means 4 is required.
Yeah.
And so if it has to be 1, 4, then this 4 must be next to zeros. And that can't be a 4. Three, 5, and 0, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is a 3. Because where else can I place 3 in this box? It's obviously not 1, 2, or 0. And then because the center couldn't be a 4, I couldn't put a 3 next to the
Right.
next to the eyes. And this one already has a 3 that sees the bulb of the thermo of the nose, so that has to be a 3. What are these 4? Or I guess these 3. 6, 7, and 2 more values. 4 and 5, I think. So I was kind of hoping that would be a bit more restricted. 3, 5, and 6, I believe. All right.
There's gonna have
Well,
to be in box 2, there's gonna have to be a 6 on the white crop geese.
Right.
Because
4,
4, 5,
5, 6,
6.
or 8, 7, 6.
So, yeah.
Now, the center can't be a 6 because it'd be surrounded by 5 and 7, which breaks this one. 5, 7 pair places an 8. 5, 7. That's a 6, that's a 4. 5 separates them, or connects them, rather.
Five, 6, 7, 8. Or 5, well, 5, 7, 8. Four.
Alright, let's go across this row. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 and 5 removed over here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 is out of that one. I wonder if we should take a look at this one.
All right. Well, let's start with, we know that we have a unique domino in a 1, 4.
Right. So this
anywhere
one can't be next to a 4.
Box
This one.
8.
5, 8, 7, 4. These two aren't 5s, these two aren't 7s. This one ended up being a 5, a 3, not a 3, not a 5.
All right, let's see. I see 0 next to 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8.
Zero's next to 3.
5 and 3. So 5 and 6.
Looks like it.
Okay. If it's 0, it could be 5 or 6.
Although, if this was a 0, it'd have to be next to a 5.
Right.
So it'd have to be 0, 6, which would eliminate that possibility, and that possibility.
3, I see next to 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Three is
next to 8. So 1, 2.
0, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So if it's 3, it's next to 5. But
it would
if
already
it's 3,
be
it's
next
already
to 5.
next to 5. So it cannot be 3.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So not a 3 is a possibility. So 0, we said was next to 6.
I see a 5 next to 1, 2, and 7. 0, 4, and 6. All right, so 0, 1, 2.
3, 4, 6, 7.
7.
Sit next to an 8. So that would be an 8, except the 8 is already over here.
Right.
So
So
this
it
is
looks like
0 and
it's 0
6.
and 6. Well, that really wasn't that hard to figure out.
0 and 6. So this is a 7. That's a 6. That's 3, 5, 6, 7, 3, 5. 5 and 3 and 7 and 6. Alright, row 7. 0, 1, 2, 3,
3 and
4,
4.
5. 3's out there, 0's out here.
0 can't be next to 6.
Because
of the box 9.
Right. So that's a 4, 3, and a
6.
0. Yeah, I guess we fill in box 9.
Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 1, and 8.
Column 9 would be 3 or 8.
Right. 2, 5, 7 out of 2. 4 is removed from over here. What are these two? 1 and 8. 4, 7, and 6. And you can't put 0 next to 6.
Oh, next to 6. I don't know. I meant 1 can't be next to 4, but that didn't make any sense.
7, 5, 8, 3, 8, 2, 6. I can press the right digit. 1, 2, I need a 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7. And that's not the puzzle. Oh, yeah? It did say that the puzzle didn't include a solution, but now it's bobinsing.
Maybe it's because of the zeros.
Okay, that does seem to be what it's upset about. Okay. So, if we make the 9s, just so the puzzle looks happy. 2 1s, a 2, a 1, a 1, and a 2. That sums to 8. 1 plus 5 is 6. 7 and 8 is all fine. 0 plus 5 is 5, 6, 7. So that's all fine. 1 and 4. 1s and 4s never seem to show up next to each other. 9s and 6s. Those don't appear next to each other. And then 2, 3, and 2 sums to 7. So I think that's correct.
And 4,
we know
5,
that
6
chain's
are
correct.
consecutive, and and yeah.
All right. Copy that. See if it's in Logic Masters Germany. Doesn't seem to be. So, and of course I forgot to save the link for Triple the Fun. That in my notes. Copy and paste this one in here. Alright. Anything on the last puzzle before we move on?
Nope.
Alright. Next puzzle is going to be Kalimba by Aran Lide or Spartacus. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Reading from the bulb end to the tip, digits along a thermometer must either increase or stay the same. So we have slow thermometers. Well, if we have slow thermometers...
That's a minimum 6.
This one?
1, yeah, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4,
4,
5, 6.
5, 6. Which makes this maximum 4 then. 4, 5, 5 again, 6, 7, 7 again, 8, 9. And then this one, can we say that this is going to go up to 5? So 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7. So that actually has a lot of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So does this start at 7? 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9.
Yeah, the one at the bottom of that column is also goes up to 7.
This one can go up to 8. Or no, it can't. Yeah, it can. 8, 9, 9.
9, 9. Yeah.
9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 7. 9, 9, 9, 8, 8. 9, 8, 8, 7, 6.
But we do know that in box 7, the 9 has to be in column 1.
That's true. Does 8 have to be in column 1 as well?
No,
No,
because
7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. I think this one was also that. 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. 9, 8, 8, 8, 7.
in box 4, the 9 has to go. It can't go in the first. It can't go in column 1.
Right.
Yeah.
You go 9, 9. But if this was a 9, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10. So yeah, so those two. So box
Right.
5, 9s can't go here. So then 9s are in this grouping. Well, that would have to go 9, 10. This would have to go 9, 10, so neither of those work. This one would go 9, 10, so that doesn't work. And then 9, 9, 9 or 9, 9.
Right. So then in box 8, can't go in the last column because it's a box 5.
Neither of those can be 9s, so we're here. 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10. So we have to have 9, 9, and 9. But then this can be 1 through 8 just fine.
Right.
Okay. But those aren't restricted, so I'm going to take those out. Since that column, or that diagonal, is the most restricted, I'll go ahead and mark it. I guess we should ask, where does 8 go in box 5?
Yeah.
This would have to go 8, 9. This one would have to go 8, 9. 8, 8, 9 would break.
Right.
8, 8, 8 or 9 is fine. 8, 8, 8, 9 would be fine as well.
All right. Well, where can 8 go in box 8?
Either of those two. 8,
Well,
8, 9
9.
would be broken, so it doesn't work on either of those. 8, 8, 9 doesn't work here. That's fine. 8, 8, 8, 9 wouldn't work. So it has to be one of those two. Unfortunately, this can be an 8 and be
Right.
perfectly fine.
But, never mind.
We just go to 8 there, and so those two are both fine. Both boxes,
Yeah, it's either
7
there
and
or
8.
in column 1.
Mm-hmm. This one would go 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3. Well, this could go down to 2. Wait, no.
Yeah,
If I'm doing it that way, I need to count up. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3,
3,
3, 3.
3.
So I messed that up. But then counting down,
well,
9, 8.
Once.
Oh, in box 5?
Where does 1 go in box 3?
Well, it can't be on any of those, because we've already said they're not.
Right.
This can't be a 1, because you'd have to have 0 before. This one can't be... Well, okay, so if this was a 1, that would be a 1. That would be a 0, so that breaks. 1, 1, 1, 0. Broken.
Ones have to go there, so where can 1 go in box? Well, I guess go ahead and look to see where it can go in there. It
1,
can't
0.
go.
1,
can't
1,
go
1.
Yeah, it
1,
can't go in
1,
cell
0.
1.
2, 2. So 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7.
And 1 can now be placed in box 6. Going to be placed in box 8.
One's there, one's there. That can't be a 1. That one can't be a 1, so it's one of these two. But also, how about up here? That can't be a 1, because that can't be. That can't be a 1, because that can't be. That can't be a 1, because that can't be. One's up there. That's helpful, but... Oh, how about this group? Well, this can't be a 1, because that can't be. And then, since it's the bottom two, it has to be there.
Where can 2 go in box 5? Like there's 2 spots that 2 can go in box 5.
That's not 1 or 9, and it can't be on that diagonal or there. And if this was a 2, that could be a 2, but that can't be a 1, so it's one of these two. Takes it out of there.
Where can 2
Excuse
be
me.
in box 3?
Not there or there. 2, 2, 1, 1 broken. 2, 1, 1, not 1.
Oh, yeah.
So that one's broken. 2, 2, 2.
2.
And that would
Okay.
be fine. But if we look in box 6, where can 2s go? Well, they're not in the middle, and they're not on the left side, and 2 isn't 1. That's going to line up here to take 2 out of the bottom.
Right.
Doesn't do much aligning vertically, but then this one must be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If that can't be a 9, then that's not an 8. That's not an 8. That's not an 8. That's not a 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not a 9. Yeah, not a 9 still. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Not a 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not an 8. Or excuse me, not 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not a 9. 2 through 9. 2 through 9. Excuse me. Unfortunately, this 8 is still a possibility here.
Right.
And 9 loops around up here in box 3.
Right.
So what are we missing? Oh, well, if this is not a 1, then this one cannot be a 2.
Oh,
Then
right.
this can't be a 2. So then this can't be a 2. So now that's a 2, and that's an 8. Takes out 8 as possibilities there. That's going to have knockdown effects going down this diagonal. Now that's not an 8, so this one has no impact on this one. That's not an 8, that's not a 2, so that's not a 2, and this one can't be a 2. This, excuse me, This not being a 2 does not mean that that can't be a 2. That's not 8. 2 is out. 8s are out. Knock down, so 7, 7, 6, 5. 7, 7's out, 7's out, 7's out, 6 is out. Eight is one of those two. Three, 2, 2, 2, 1. 7, 6, 6, 6, 5. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4. This is an 8. So this is also an 8. And this is 8 or 9. 7, 7, 6,
5, 6,
6,
7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, box 3 has a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Except if that's max 4, then this can't be a 4. Five has to be one of those two. So these two can't be 5. Three, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 7. No, this would be 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. 7, 6, 6, 6, 5. 6, 6, 5, 4. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, 4. Oh, 8 in box 4 is fixed because it had to be on the bottom row. Neither of those could be 8.
Right.
And now, what does that do to box 9? Well, if I can't put an 8 here, none of those can be 8, and neither of those is 8, then that's an 8.
Woohoo, we have one thermo done.
A couple of 8s there. Or I guess not a couple of 8s there. 8 has to be one of those. 8 has to be one of those. Two, 3. Oh, that's got a 1 in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Not helpful. Three, 4, 5, 6. I would need a 7.
Alright, where can 3 go in box 5?
On the bottom.
Which
So it takes a
removes
3 out these. And now minimum 4 means this is minimum 5, minimum 5, minimum 5, minimum 6, minimum 6. Which places our 5 now, making this a 6, a 7, a 7. These two can't be 7s. An 8, 9 pair, so that's a 6. 5, 6, 7. 6s out of there, 7s out of there. And actually this is forced to be a 5, so 4, 3, 3, and 2. 6, not a 3, 3, 5, and 6, 2 and 4. This one's a 7 now, 3 and 6, 3, 2 and 3. That's minimum 4, this is minimum 5, this one's minimum 5, 7, 7, 7, and 6. So 3, 4, 2, 5, 5, 3, 6, 6, 4 is removed from all of those places. 3, 5, 6, 7. So whatever this is.
Hey, look at
2.
the last thermo.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
1, 3, 4, 5,
Okay,
7,
so
5,
2
4.
was eliminated.
6, that's 6, that's 7. This is a 5, a 4, 4 again, 3 or 4, 1 or 3. 6, 6, 5, 3. Not a 6, not a 5.
Box 6 can be completed.
2 and 3. 2, 3 pair, 3, 2.
Places the box 2, places the 2 on the thermo between 2 2s.
Right. 1, 2, 3 it looks like is left over.
Column 6 needs a 1, 3, and 4.
These are 3, so that's a 4, that's a 1. Those aren't 1s. 5, 2, 7. 7 again, and 6. Not a 7. 9,
Right.
4 and 5. 5, 9 and 4. 1's not up there.
4, 7, 9.
4, 9, and 7. So the 4, 9 there forces that. I just didn't know about the 7 yet. How about these two? 8 and 3? 8. This one is a 9. That is an 8. That's not an 8. So that is.
Column 4 needs 4, 5, 9. Column 1 needs 1, 3, and 6.
Oops. Spoilers. 6 and 3. 4 and 1. Not a 4. This is 5 or 9. I guess while we're in the top box.
2, 4,
top
5.
4. Neither of those are. 9 and 4. 2, 5 and 9. Apparently that's 9. 6. No. 7. One of those. 2. I need a 5. 6. 7. 9. There we go.
It is correct.
B. And paste. That. Remove. This one. Remove. Project Masters Germany. All right. Apparently this is a kalimba.
Uh-huh.
I did not know that. Row 1. You would think I would know which row 1 is easily enough, but apparently not.
6, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay. I was wondering if the numbers on the instrument.
1, 2. It doesn't seem like it.
No.
Because we got 3, 5, 1, 2, 6, 8, 2, and 1. I mean, well, actually, that kind of looks like an I.
Yeah.
But it might be 1 with a dot above it, because the 1 and the I look quite similar. 1, 3, 5, 7. We've got 1, 5, and 3. But they're in a different order.
No.
And okay. Difficulty. Easy side of average?
Yeah.
Average side of easy? It's a little nitpicky, so maybe that's closer to the average than easy. But it's not, like, super difficult.
Mm-mm.
Alright. Okay. Next puzzle is going to be Per Zip by Anthony Anderson. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in equal distance from the center of a purple zipper line must sum to the digit in the middle of that line. Black dots connect digits in a 1 to 2 ratio. Blue dots connect digits in a 2 to 3 ratio. Not all dots are necessarily given. The grid contains 9 doublers, 1 in each row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Each digit from 1 to 9 is doubled exactly once, and doubled digits count as twice their value for the purposes of zipper lines or dots. No solution checking. Okay. Well, the introduction of doublers means that we end up with a bit less useful information about our dots. However, I think that I still don't have the ability to place 5, 7, or 9 on a black Kropke dot. And the reason for that is 5, even if it was doubled, would be 10. And if I have 10, then I'm back to 5, and I can't place 2 5s. And I can't get to 20. So I don't think, while you could place a doubled digit, let's say I placed an 8 paired with a 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So that would work. But I couldn't do an odd digit paired with something that couldn't be doubled. Yeah. 2 to 3 ratio. So, I mean, obviously that could be 2 and 3. 4 and 6. 9 and 6.
I think row 1, the doubler is on the zipper center, and it's a 5. Because something has to be doubled there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you double anything else, you're gonna have that, and you have to have 4 ways of summing.
Yeah.
The
So
only
this
thing
is
to have
5
4 ways
sets
of
of
summing
X.
to you could 9 would work, but it doesn't because you have to double something.
Right. So, if the middle wasn't doubled, then it would have to be 9. So it would, because that would give us 45 as the
Right.
sum, because there's 4 pairs and the center. And there's no way. Well, I mean, since we're saying if we assume it wasn't doubled, then there would be no way to make the line work.
Right.
Because you would have to double something else, but that was already 45 from the beginning. So even if you double 1, that's 2, and now you're at 46 on something that can only be 45. Does it have to be 5, though? Probably, because now 1 can't be doubled with anything, and 1
Right.
can't pair with anything to make 10, or 12, which would be if you placed a 6 there. So
Right.
that makes sense for 5 to be the doubled center there. Do we get similar logic going up and down? I don't think so.
Now nothing in that else in that column can be doubled.
Oh yeah, true. Does this have to be a 9? Because the only other place I could place a 9 is down here. And then that would force this to be 8. So this is 8 or 9 regardless.
Right. Well, okay, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, those would either sum to 32 or 36, that line.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's 36, then the bottom center is going to be 4. And you can't do 4 in the center of a zipper line with 3 on with 3. So that's going to have to be an 8. 32, 37.
Except where would I place 4 in this column?
Right. That's true.
So 4, which means the doubler is going to have to end up on here. The double 1 paired with a 2.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3.
Wait a minute. Yeah, and then the center line is going to be the zipper sum is 9 for the.
Yeah.
Because 4 times 9 is 36 for 45. Yeah.
So either this is a 1-2 pair, or it's a 1-3 pair. I don't think there's a way to make, say, this one a doubled 1 and that one a doubled 1.
No, you can't. You
Because you'd
can't.
have to put 2 2s.
That and each 1 through 9 is doubled exactly once.
Oh, right, true. So, yeah, so if this is either 1-2 or 1-3, this can't have 1 on it.
Well, and doesn't the outside have to be a 1? Although yeah, because you
if
have to
this
have
is
1, 3, and
then
a
2,
doubled 1 and 2.
or this is a 1-2, making this a 3 and a 1 regardless. So now neither of these can be doubled, because it's the
Right.
1 that's doubled. And this one can't be doubled, because it's one of those 2 1s is doubled.
Right.
And actually neither of these 2 can be either, because they both see that. Okay, what about
Well,
this
and
column?
box 2 is also has its doubler, so.
Oh, right. This column, this has to be 9, doesn't it? Because this can't be 9, therefore I can't place 9 anywhere. Well, right. That's not necessarily true. If the center is doubled, then I could put a 9 on here, because that's what's true of row 1. So I'd have to prove that this is not doubled before I can say that this is a 9. I'm not certain how to prove that.
Well, if it's not doubled, then that would have to be 7 or 8, because there are 3 ways of making set. Well,
It would have to be an 8 if it's not doubled. Because if it was a 7, then where would I put? Oh, I can put 8 up there and 9 down there.
yeah.
And I can also put 9 up there, so it's just, if this is not doubled, then I can't put 9 on here at all.
Right.
And if that's a 7, then we get an 8-9 pair on the outside. Where this would have to be doubled. Because this would be minimum 21 without a double if we put a 7 there. So then that would be our doubled value. As an 8 or a 9, which would have to be an 8 to make 16, and then I'd put a 7-9 pair around it. If this was an 8, then
Okay,
I couldn't use... Go ahead.
Well, I was looking at row 9, because when you brought up the, what's left is 5 through 9.
Oh, well then this has to be doubled, because this is minimum 11.
And 7 is going to have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's an 8 would be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So it's what? 4, 8, and 9?
If this is a 7, then we get an 8-9 pair. And if
Right.
this is an
That's
8, we get a 4-9 pair.
9 pair. So either
In
way,
either case.
that's an 8 or 9 in
Yeah.
the center there.
And then this would be 4, 8, or 9?
Yeah. So then it's corresponding on the other side of that line would be 1, 2, or 6. It's zipper component.
Oh, right.
1, 2, yeah.
Although, because of the
Okay.
2/3 ratio,
Right.
I don't think we can place an 8 on the 2-3 ratio. Because it would have to be on the 2 side of it, because it
Right.
doesn't have a factor of 3. So, the other side would have to be 12 to make it a 2-3 ratio. And since this can't be doubled, 8 and 2 are removed. 9
so
would pair with the 6, and 4 pairs with 6 as well. Yeah, so that's a 6 either way.
Well, and 6 is other side of the zipper is going to be 4.
So that's actually a bit surprising. Or at least I'm surprised that this is... I don't know why I'm doing
Well,
that.
and we know
Although I
what
can't
the
put
8
6s.
is going to be a 7, 9.
Well, this is minimum 2 and 3. So 5 and 11 is 16. So this is 8 or 9. Because there are 2 parts.
Right.
And if we minimize it, that's 16. But then I have
You could have
2
a
degrees of
doubler up
freedom.
top too.
Say again?
You could have a doubler up top.
Right. Which I'd have to double the 2. Or I could turn a 2 into a 4. That's the only other possibility.
Oh.
So it has to be a 3, and either a 2 that's doubled into a 4, or a 2 that's regular, or just simply a 4. It is still possible that this is the doubled value. That is still allowed. This 1 pairs with this 3, and then this 2 pairs with the doubled 1.
Right. Okay, box 8. There are 2 on the zipper line, and it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So it's 6, 7, or 8. Not that that was helpful, but
Yeah.
at least not very.
if this was an 8, it would be 2 paired with 6 and 3 paired with 5. If this was a 9, you still get the 3 paired with 6. It's just 4 that pairs with 5, whether it's a regular 4 or a double 4, or a double 2 into a 4. But our 3 can't be doubled. So, if this was a 3, then this would have to be a 6, which would have to be a 3. Eventually I'll press the right digit. If this is a 2, well, it actually just simply can't be. It can't be paired with a 1. It can't be paired with a 4. Well, it could be a doubled 2 into a 4, which could pair with an 8.
Right.
And then this would have to pair with a 4.
It could be a... No, I say it couldn't be a 2 because
we already had a doubled 2 in order to get there to begin with.
Right.
But then also the 2 in the column, which is a bit easier. Bonk.
Oh, well, where can 7 go in box 7?
It's gonna have to go here, isn't it? Because
Yep.
we already sort of covered the logic that you can't put a 7 on here.
Right.
Because if it wasn't doubled, then you'd have to make 14, which would have to be a doubled 7 already. And if it was a doubled 7, then you can't get 28 on the other side of it, and you can't put another 7 to be half of it, so that's a 7.
And then where do you put 9 in there?
Yeah, same logic applies.
So now...
Well, now we get 8.
And we need 2, 3,
4.
4, and 8. And yeah, we know, or 2, 4, and 8 because
this could be a 4-8 pair if the 2 is not doubled on here. Or this is a doubled 2, and this is an 8. Because we have 4 and 3 over here.
Either way, the 2 is the thing that's doubled in that box.
Right. But it could be any of those, which is quite annoying. This is not a 7, so the end over here is not a 2. First try. Okay. If this is a 3, then this has to be a 6, and then this would have to be a 3. And then that couldn't be doubled. If this is a doubled 2, then we get to 8, because it couldn't go to 2. And then that would have to half down to 4, because that couldn't be doubled. So regardless of what this is, this can't be doubled.
Right.
And we can't get 12 or 16, because that would have to be a doubled version of whatever digit is in here. So then this couldn't be a doubled 2 to make 4, because that would imply that this was already a doubled 2. Plus we already just logic that this had to be a doubled 2 in here, so then this cannot be doubled at all. So, what next?
I guess the zipper center that's in box 2, that's a minimum 6 because minimum for the points is 2, 3, and
Right.
there's a 5 in the box. But it could still have a doubler on it. So,
Mm-hmm. We know it couldn't be 2, 3 regardless because of the 2 here, or the 2,
right.
3 here.
All right. So 2 and 5 then would be the minimum.
Yeah. Which is automatically 7. And it can't be 2 doubled to make 9. But it could be a 3 and a 6 to make 9. It couldn't be 4, 5. And it can't be 2, 7. So it can't be 1, 8, 2, 7. It could be 3, 6. And it cannot be 4, 5. So if this is a 9, it would have to be 3, 6. If this is a 7, it has to be 2, 5. And then 8 could be 3, 5. I think that's the only way 8 works.
2, 6.
Right. No.
No, it wouldn't because that would make that 8 and 3 across the Kropke.
Yeah. And you couldn't do 2 and 3. Well, that's not how. Yeah, you couldn't do 2 with the doubled 3 because we already have, or 2, 3 down here.
Right.
So
Yeah, and you can't do a double 3 for any of that because a 1 is already in there. You can't do the double 3 with a 2, and you can't do a double 3 with another 3 for 9. So those can't be doubled.
what can this one be? I don't know.
Minimum
Because that's
3.
minimum 2, and that's minimum 1, so yeah. Minimum 3.
But where does 9 go in the column, in column 3?
Can't be in any of these. Can't be there. And none of that. So that's forced. And 9 could be doubled.
18? No.
But I can still double something on these sides too.
Oh, right.
So I'm not guaranteed to not be able to double that.
Well, no, but you can't double that because, well, I guess you could.
Um, I could double 7 for 14 and put a 4 on the other side.
Yeah.
I could double
I think
6 and
9
put
can
6
be
on both sides.
placed. Nope, it's one of 2 for box 1.
Three, four, five, 6. Oh, I'm placing large numbers in there. These 2 can't be 6. These 2 can't be 1 because that would place a 6 up there. These 2 can't be 1. They can't be 6. Can't put 3 on top. 3 is required over here.
Well,
2 is
and
also
2 is
required.
required. Yeah.
3. 2, 3, 4, 5. The 2/3 here. Can we make any conclusions based off of that? One doesn't. Well, you could do. Well, 1 doesn't work. It only could work if you doubled it to make it 2, but we've already doubled 1.
Right.
2, 7, and 9. 7, 9, and 4. So
5
it could be
doesn't work.
even if it's doubled, because it would have to be on the 2 side still.
Right.
And then the 3 side of that would have to be 15, which you can't make. 8 would have to pair with 12, which I could do a 6 and an 8 with the 6 doubled.
Right.
Six and 4.
All right.
And 2 and 3.
8 on the bottom, 8 on the right side of that dot doesn't work because it's on one side of the 9.
Right.
Well, unless 8 is doubled and you put a 2 on the other end. No, because then 9 would have, well, and 9 would have to be doubled also.
Yeah.
So yeah, 8 could still
But
work.
no, you can't double 8.
Oh, 8's already doubled.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 5 is already doubled, so you couldn't do a regular 8 with a doubled 5 with
Right.
a doubled
Okay.
9.
So let's
So
see.
8 and 1 and 8 and doubled 5. Doubled
If
9.
it's 6, The other end is a 3.
Or it's another 6 because we doubled the 6 and the 9.
Right. 4.
Pairs with 5 or a doubled 7.
Right.
3 would have
3.
to pair with 6.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just removed 8 as a possibility. But we can still place an 8 here with a doubled 6. Okay, well, I should have taken notes. 3 pairs with 6 as a requirement. 4 can pair with 5 or 7. And 6 can pair with 3 or 6. We just end up with lots of doubles with some of the options.
Two, 3, 5, 6, 8. But it can't be 8.
Right.
Um. Okay, it can't. We know it can't be 6 and 2 or 8. If it's 6 and 3, that's a problem because then there would be nothing for. Then that's 5. Then there's no place for a 5.
Oh,
5 has to be up there. I just noticed that. So it's so
so
it
it can't
can't
be
be
5
9.
and 6.
It's either 2, 5, yeah.
Oh, well, that gives us a 2, 3, 5 triple. We get 6 or 8 here. So then 3 had to pair with a 2. Even if you double the 3 into a 6, that
Yeah,
only
that
pairs
doesn't
with a
work.
4 or a 9.
An 8 would pair with a doubled 6.
Right.
Okay, so
Oh,
now
3 just got removed from here. So, well, that was only if this was a 6.
right.
But 6 is still a possibility over here if this is a doubled 6. It would give us a doubled 9. So 4 was with 5 or 6, excuse me, 5 or 7, and 6 was with 3 or 6.
Yeah, nothing changed there.
Except the
But
5 here
5 has
takes
right.
5 out.
Right. Row 1 is left with 2, 3, 7, 8. The first cell
3,
can't be an 8
because
because 8
eight's
has to,
required down here.
right.
I have to use one of these two is obviously not a 1, which makes it a 2 or a 3, which pairs with the 2 or the 3 up there, which also pairs with the 7 or 8 here. So
4 and 6 and 9.
1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. If this was a 4, that would be 3s and 6. But if this was a 4, it would have to pair with a 6 because it couldn't pair with an 8. So
Right.
this has to be a 6 pairing with an 8. But the only way an 8 pairs with a 6 is if the 6 is doubled. So the 9 must be doubled, and it pairs
And
with
that's
the
the 6.
6. Somehow not. Oh, yeah. And that's a 6. That's a 6. That's a 3. That's a 3. Can't be doubled. 3, 5, 6. Well, we don't know which way that is yet. 2 and 5 is 7. 2 and 8. 2 and 8. 2, 7, 6, 8, 5, 9, 7. 5, took out 2. 4 pairs with 9. This is a...
Well, box 5 is going to be a 2-7 pair on the purple.
1, 2, 7, 6, 3, and 9. Nine goes out those. One, 4, 2, 5, and 6. 7 is out those. 9 is out those. Oh, 3, 7, 8. That's a 9. 9's already doubled, so that one's not. 3
Well,
hasn't been doubled yet.
Box 4 is full of, yeah.
8's required here, so that's an 8. Has already been doubled. Means this must be a doubled 3 or 7.
Which means the 2 is doubled on the zipper line.
7, 9, 4, 8, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9.
Row 3 has its doubler. And doublers we need 3, 4, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 7 can't go in row 2 or in box 6. So the doubled 7 has to be there in box 1.
So then we're left with 3 and 4.
Right. Can't have a 3 in row 6.
Right. So 4, 7.
And 3 then is doubled. Yeah.
Six, 8, 4 and 8, not a 2. These two are 6, 5 and 2, 4 and 3, 5, 4, 2 and 6, 9 and 7.
Box 1.
5 and 2.
1 and, oh.
1
1 and
and
8. 8.
3 and 5. This has to be a 6 pair. Are fixed. 5, 2, 1, 8, 8. 2, 9, 1, 7, 6, and 4 is out. 1, 8, 6, 9, 7. 4 is removed. This one's not a 2. 3, 4, 5. That's a 2. And then this is what, 4 and 9. Where we get a 9 here, a 4 there. These ones are our doublers, so that's a 3, that's a 5. Not 5. 8, 3, 1, 8. Not doubled. 1, 4, 4, 5, 4, and 3. Spoilers for next week. No matches. Fairly confident that everything's working correctly. Because we've got the black dots are working. 12 and 8 are in a 2 to 3 ratio. Because 8 divided by 12 is 2/3. 6 and 9 are in a 2 to 3 ratio. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and they are not in. They are unique to the row, column, and box. And then this is 10, so that's 10, that's 10, that's 10, that's 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7, 7, 7, 7. 16 is 7 and 9. 4 is 2 and 2. 3 and 1 is 4. 9, that's 4 and 5, which is 9. 3 and 6, which is 9. I'd already checked this one. Check there. 2 and 5 is 7. 6 and 12 is 18. So I think that's all the clues.
Yeah.
So that appears to be correct. Alright. In that case...
Not gonna check for Logic Masters Germany?
I already did.
Oh, and I wasn't paying the least bit of attention, apparently.
Oh wait, I shouldn't have copied that so quickly. Infinity here. Could put in author name. Yeah, not finding it. But yeah, all right. It is now 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So, anyone who watches this back, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. There's also a notification bell you can ring. If you do ring the notification bell, make sure that you set it to all notifications so you actually get the notifications. And share the streams. Let other people know. That way I can get more subscribers. That would be nice. As well as people in the chat section. That is sadly empty. But I will no, you know what? I'm going to spend at least 3 more minutes whining about having no one in chat. Never mind, I'm over it. Anything you want to say before we sign off, Mama?
No.
All right. Then
I said hi.
All right. Thank you for watching, anyone who watches this back, and have a wonderful day.